There she
Hi.
is.
There
I have one thing to say to you. Habibi, my baby. Yes.
Yes, you said that. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, honey. It is so good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So good to speak to you. I'm a big fan of your page, so I'm loving the content that you guys have been doing with me as well. It's perfect.
You are so incredible, and you're wearing turquoise. And I recognize
This is my favorite
turquoise.
color. I love a blue, so yeah.
Heavenly, divine, darling. Now, I've got
Thank you,
to ask
darling.
you, how are you feeling since being confirmed and receiving so much love from everywhere?
Honestly, I just feel really blessed. I feel really grateful. I feel really happy. It's just like my cousin messaged me this morning actually. She goes, "Does it feel real yet?" And I was like yes and no at the same time because no, because like it just happened so suddenly and I've like dreamt of this for so long that like it's like I have to remind myself that it's actually happening now. But then yes, because it's like I always knew that this was something I would do. Like I felt it in my heart that one day I
Mm.
would go to Eurovision and represent Cyprus. So yes, it does feel real, and I feel like I'm so ready for it. Like I can't wait.
We have to rewind to the Eleni Foureira concert when
Yes,
you were up there burning the stage and you
thank.
said, Look, let's manifest this. Let's get me to Eurovision.
I know.
Did you know it
It's-
was coming?
no, like genuinely, like I promise you, I found out minutes before it got announced on Instagram. Like I think I was still on the call with Rick when I saw the notification, the collaboration request come through. So I was like, I that really was a manifestation, and like it shows you the power of your words, like, and it shows you like because the thing is, it's quite like naked to put your hopes and dreams out there knowing that like they're not guaranteed and like being like this is what I want to do, and if somebody else has got announced, I've been on stage saying that I wanted to do it and then I didn't get it, but you know I've been trying to go for like years and years, but this is the year that I just really felt like this is the year. So I'm so yeah, it's just
Mm.
crazy. I'm so glad that you guys got to be a part of that moment as well because you shared that and supported me and posted that before we even knew this was a thing. So I remember that forever and I really appreciate it.
You are too kind. Thomas, our blogger from Lithuania, he was
What a
there. He
sweetheart.
filmed it.
Yes, I met him. We got a selfie. He was such a sweetheart. So yeah, shout out to Thomas.
He is cheering you on from the villa to Vienna, okay?
We love that. Thank you.
And on that note, have you noticed any differences between Eurovision fans and Love Island fans?
Yeah, well, overall, I would say like Eurovision fans are nicer. But look, no, there is, I have had so much love and wonderful people from Love Island, but like with the nature of it being a reality TV show, you also get like you get the trolls and you get people that are quite mean. Whereas I feel like with the Eurovision fans, the overwhelming kind of thing has been a lot of love and a lot of support. I think it's a beautiful community. Like I'm so like grateful to like be part of this Eurovision family now. Like, it feels surreal.
Oh, it's surreal for us as well because I remember watching you at the pool, getting that iced
Oh, did you
coffee
watch it? Did you watch it?
selectively. Because you said, I remember you said you love food and music. I'm like, woman of my own heart, honestly.
Right, that is literally me. Like people ask me what makes me happy, and I'm like, it's pretty simple. It's food, it's music, it's the sea, and then it's the people that I love. Like that's it. Like that's what I need.
Oh, love that. And we love your music, really. And not just Habibi. There's so many songs. Your Serena sessions, that was so beautiful, showcasing your
Thank you.
voice. So this
Thank
leads
you.
us to this question. Do you have a Eurovision song already?
No, I don't have the song. Like, look, I had a song in mind that, like, well, over the last few years, I've written multiple songs with the Eurovision in mind, and some like last year I submitted, and this year I had a song. I have a song that I think you might have heard me talking about in interviews and stuff before I even knew I was doing the Eurovision. So the plan is to finish that song and make it sound amazing, and I really feel like it could be the one. But I have this blessing now that I have so much time before the Eurovision. So I want to write loads more. Now that I know that we are going for the Eurovision, me and like the people that I get to work with and whatever, we can focus on writing songs with this in mind. And once I have, five or six songs, and I hear some as well that I'm sure there's going to be some that maybe I get to listen to. I can really make the decision to choose the best song for Cyprus.
And I love that you said that because you, of course, are deeply connected to the cultures of Greece
Yeah.
and Cyprus. And
Mhm.
sometimes people are like, why can't they find someone who lives on the island to represent us?
Right, 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 right.
Talk about your connection.
Yeah, no, the thing is, look, I am Cypriot. Like the first if you watched me on Love Island, you would have seen that the first thing that I said when I introduced myself was, "Hi everyone, I'm Antigoni. I'm Greek Cypriot and I'm a singer." Like that is who I am in essence. I'm Cypriot and I'm a singer. And I carry, my Cyprus flag in my heart and everywhere with me. And representing Cyprus isn't something that I will just do in the Eurovision. It's something that I feel like I do all the time. It's something that in any panel talk I do, in any show I do, I talk about Cyprus. It's a tiny island, and I'm really proud of my tiny island. And I want to educate people about, my
Mm,
tiny island. A lot of people don't realize that Cyprus is an independent country. It's not a Greek island. It's people think it's part of Greece, and we are, sisters and family with Greece, and we love Greece. But Cyprus is its own country with its, its own dialect of Greek, and it's based in the Middle East. A lot of people don't realize where Cyprus is located. And so educating people about Cyprus is something that I'm so proud to do generally. And it didn't start when I got the Eurovision, and it won't end after the Eurovision. That's something that is part of kind of my purpose. And yeah, I understand when people say they want someone that was born on the island and whatever, but my grandma was born on the island, and my mum made a cooking series called My Cypriot Kitchen and My Greek Kitchen, where she shared her love for the island, and I'm doing that too. So just because I wasn't born there doesn't make me any less Cypriot. And actually, sometimes us that are born away from there have to work even harder to like hold on to our roots and celebrate them. So I think that people will get to know me and realize that my love for Cyprus is, so genuine and deep and authentic. And I hope that they'll be all right with me, being the
mm.
representative.
That was beautiful. And in your music, I can hear Greek influences like sleeping
Mhm.
alone when
Yeah.
you're floating on that bed, girl. You're
I'm
in the water.
floating on that bed. So I actually shot that video. I'm opening my window because my bitch is getting hot in this light. So I actually shot that music video in Cyprus, literally in the sea outside my grandma's house. And it was a very tiny team. Like, I'm an independent artist, so I don't have a huge production. All my videos and stuff that I do, and I'm proud of them, and they look like they're glossy and shiny, but they're usually a very small team. So the Sleeping Alone was literally me, my videographer, a guy called AJ, who's amazing, and my mum there, like helping, like we got in the sea at like I think it was 5 in the morning, so we could be in the sea before sunrise. And we're just there like filming. He had a drone and a handheld camera, and that was it. Like it was just us, and then the rest of the video we just kind of shot little cutaways in Cyprus, but it was very DIY, like very independent. And yeah, the key thing, as you mentioned in that song, is the bouzouki, which is my favorite instrument in the world.
Tonia Buxton is busy. She's working overtime.
Listen, she is amazing. My mum is just amazing. Like she was a school teacher, a primary school teacher in Tottenham until she was 30. And then she like decided she wanted something more and worked her butt off to get like her show off the ground and whatever. So like I learned that kind of resilience from my mum for sure.
Oh, that's really lovely. And I was going to ask you, because your mother was always, near a camera, filming shows, etc. Do you think that encouraged you to move into the public eye, to be comfortable in front of the camera?
Look, truthfully, regardless of what my mum was doing, I don't have a memory. I don't have any memories younger than knowing that I wanted to be a singer. Like my earliest memories, I knew I wanted to be a pop star. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to write. So it's something that was innate to me. It's something that I always wanted. But I'm sure that, like, watching my mum do what she did and chase her dreams, like, definitely had an impact on me. And I learned a lot from my mum for sure. But I've just always wanted to do this. It's like music is the only thing that fulfills me in a certain way and gives me that purpose. So I think it's just it's natural, but I'm not one of these artists that wants to shy away from being up at the front. Like I love meeting people. I love growing my audience. Like, at every show that I did opening for Marina and Fureira, I like, hang around at the end so I can meet as many people as possible because I really thrive off that kind of energy.
I mean, Thomas tells us the story. Our girl had merch, and you were there, you were signing, you were taking selfies, you were connecting with the people.
Yeah, no, the thing is, look, like nothing can happen without the support of the people that are listening and doing that. And like, even the merch, it was like DIY. I've got one of my phone shaped. I don't know if you can see it. But
Oh,
like literally
gorgeous.
me and my manager literally like and my sister handmade these like little phone charms. Because like I mentioned, I'm an independent artist, being on these tours, it you just break even if you're lucky. I don't know if people realize that a lot of the time. You're not making loads of money. You're not making any money. You're lucky if you break even. So, the merch was a means for that. And it's a way to like, fund us ourselves in a small way, but also I want to hang around and meet people. And we did these Polaroids that were like signed Polaroids, which for me, I thought that's a really nice personal piece of merch because then I get to meet people. We take a picture together and they can keep that forever. And, God willing, one day I'm on crazy stages and that piece of merch is going to be really unique and really special.
Well, speaking of special, in Habibi, you have a snake around your neck. We need
She
to
was
talk
a
about
she
this.
was a bad bitch. I loved her. Her name was Jasmine. And I really, really liked her. Everyone's like, weren't you scared? And I'm like, no, like I don't know why, but like I wasn't scared. She was cool. She was super chill. Yeah, it was fun. And I like, you can see the reference was obviously from Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn. I have like always been obsessed with that scene. So I just really wanted to recreate it. And I wrote the song with the video in mind.
That's
So
incredible.
the video idea came before the song, which is the only time that I've ever done that because usually my songs come from something that's happened.
Mm. Jasmine was a very, how do I say this, strong woman or a strong girl. She's built. Was she
She
heavy?
is. She was so heavy. So she was 22 kilos. And like, I thought I was going to be able to do like all of the arms and everything, but boy, my arms were hurting. When I was trying to hold my arms up, I was like, they were like pushing down. But no, she was great. She was super chilled. And yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. We shot that video in a restaurant in Athens.
Incredible. My second favorite part of that video is the dance break because
Thank
you
you.
bring it. You absolutely bring it. It is so slick, so on point, so
Thank
eye-catching.
you.
At Eurovision, are you leaning toward dancing or are you leaning more towards like sleeping alone, kind of a romantic vibe, or a
No,
Serena
I'm
Sessions where
leaning
it's
to dancing. I'm leaning like for the Eurovision. I've always like I the moment I had this poignant moment in my mind when I was young and I was sitting on the floor at my grandma's house watching the Eurovision and it was the year that Elena Babadiju won for Greece, with my number one. And I remember watching this as a little girl and like being so in awe and like I feel like that's the decision that I decided that I'm going to do that one day. So I feel like it feels natural to have that kind of power dance moment with the traditional elements. I would like the song to have a moment where I really get to show my voice because I think I have a unique voice and I want to have a moment where I can show the strength of my voice, but I want it to be like fun and I want everyone dancing and definitely I think that that's what I want it to be.
I feel like when you speak, it's almost like I'm swimming in Merlot wine because it's so
I
deep.
love
Like,
that.
I love it. It's like Amy Winehouse meets Tony Braxton, like this
Oof,
depth.
I love that. Thank
You
you.
are so welcome. Thank you. Did it take time to learn how to work with your unique register?
Yeah, for sure. Because the thing is, I have a lower register and I had to learn the boundaries of my voice. When I was younger, for sure, I would like because I'm as you can probably tell, like I'm someone that's quite like enthusiastic and like and my vocal coach when I was young, like said to me, I think maybe I started seeing her when I was like 14 here and there, and she was like, you need to learn to use your confidential voice, which means I need to learn to speak like this and a little bit more chilled because I'd like constantly strain my voice when I was speaking and then make my voice tired for when I was singing, which at the moment I'm still so overexcited. I can feel that my confidential voice is like not at the forefront at the moment, but yeah, like I think everyone has a unique voice and the vocal folds are a muscle, but I feel like I have a good grip, and especially touring. And also I did a season in Athens where I was performing twice a week, every weekend, and that was like vocal boot camp for me. And I think I've really learned where I can push my voice, where I can't, and how to like really look after my voice now.
All these tips you've learned along the way, I'm curious if Marina Sacchi and Eleni Furera, had any advice for you about your career, about Eurovision in particular.
Well, Eleni Foureira sent me a voice that she was one of the first people to message me when the announcement got made. And she said to me, she was like, congratulations, and I'm so happy for you. And she was like, any tips that you need and any guidance for Eurovision, like I'm here for you, which is so beautiful. It's such a wonderful thing when you see an artist at the top of their game who's so talented, show that kind of love and openness and give time to like newer upcoming artists. So I'm definitely going to be tapping into her for lots of advice. And when I was on tour with Marina, she was just, she's a badass. Like, she's really,
Mm.
really cool. She's unbelievable at what she does. And just from watching her, I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I learned a lot about stage presence, but also, she was so welcoming to me and my team. She was so cool. And I feel like both of them are like really good examples of just strong women who have worked hard to get where they are. They both have had careers that have spanned over many years. And that kind of tenacity, there's a reason why they are where they are today.
Mm. And now that you are stepping into the spotlight, this huge global platform, I have no doubt songwriters are like, girl, you want to sing my song? Like, are you finding that everyone wants to send you music now?
Yeah, listen, I've had loads of people kind of contacting me and stuff. And the thing is, I'm not open to hearing great songs. Like, I would love to be part of the writing process for the song, because I'm a songwriter and I love to feel it. I love to write words, watch them come to life and be a song. So I feel like, I want to, write the song for the Eurovision. But I'm not open, and I'll listen to things, and because I also don't have an ego when it comes to the best music. I want to represent Cyprus in the best way. So if a song came across that was like, this clearly is unbelievable and undeniable, I'm not gonna have an ego and be like, well, I didn't write it, I'm not using it. Do you know what I mean?
And we have a feeling no matter what you sing, if it comes from someone else, you'll make it your own because
For
you do
sure,
have
and
your unique voice, movement, etc.
for sure. And like some of the greatest artists that I look up to are not songwriters, never wrote a song in their life, but it's just how they bring those songs to life. So, I'm just going to do what's right. And for Cyprus, like, I really want to go forward with the best chance of being able to like bring it home for Cyprus. We've never hosted the Eurovision, we've never won. And somebody has to win. So I'm gonna go for it.
Hey, and as a Londoner, why not someone who lives in the UK? Okay.
Exactly. Why not? Why not?
Those 12 points are yours. I just cannot wait. United Kingdom, 12 points to Cyprus.
Come on, please.
Now, I want to talk about what you learned on your previous TV experience with Love Island, because
Mhm.
I think if you can survive that, you can survive anything. I guess my question is, what did you take away from that experience?
The thing that I took away is that authenticity is key, you know, and it's like, you just have to be yourself, because the thing is, you can't play a character and hold that. When I went into Love Island, my goal was to be myself, and I had my family and my country in mind. I'm representing the Cypriot community here. I'm representing my family and my parents. So I was like, I have to be authentically myself, because if I go and I'm myself and I'm true to who I am, and whatever happens, in the long run, I'll be good with that, because I was true to who I am. So I think that that's a lesson that, and I was in Love Island for a short amount of time, but I was able to gain so much love and so much from that I think that really taught me that, being authentic and being myself is the right way to do it. And that's something that I'm going to continue to do throughout this Eurovision process and onwards in my life, because I think, if you're being true to who you are, you can't have regrets.
Well said. And I loved how very early on you were like, my name is pronounced Antigoni. You gave us that real
Antigoni.
flavor.
Yeah,
Like,
come on. If
no, no,
people
it's
struggle to
Antigone.
say the r sound, so the
Oh.
Antigoni, but we got to try. I had everyone giving it a good go.
And being at Eurovision, 3 minutes on stage, what was it like being in front of a camera 24/7?
Look, you just kind of forgot about it after a while. I mean, not completely, because you're aware of what you're doing and you're on a show, but it's not like the camera's pointed in your face. They're just
Mm.
kind of around. So it doesn't feel like you're being filmed all the time. It's actually quite weird when you watch it back, because some things it just felt like you were chilling. Um, but look, I think that I was quite like mentally prepared for doing that. Like I didn't go into it and then come out and be overwhelmed. I feel like I was quite mentally ready. I have a really like good support system. I'm really close with my family, which I'm really lucky to have that. So I think I never got lost in the sauce, if you know what I mean.
I loved when you said, when I'm attracted to someone, it's about their sauce, it's their vibe, their energy.
Totally, totally. Listen, some of the most gorgeous men that I have met, they ain't got no vibes. Like I don't want to,
No, no sauce.
and sometimes you meet somebody who, you know, off a picture, you might not have thought they would be for you, or like but then they're like the sexiest person I've ever met. That applies to like,
Mm.
you know, I just think beauty and sexiness and all this is so much to do with like your character and your energy, that like listen, everybody wants to see somebody and fancy them. That's always going to be a part of it. But like in the long run, the thing that holds is that connection and that energy.
How would you describe the sauce of Antigone's music?
Oh, okay. That's a really good question. Let me try and answer this articulately. I guess the source of my music is a fusion of the Cypriot islandy vibes, the kind of Middle Eastern soundscapes and drum patterns, but then the modern and kind of innovative innovative feeling of London and of, our generation, our age now. That's the kind of sauce. It's a fusion.
Oh, that's
It's a
incredible,
spicy
actually.
sauce for sure, though. It's a spicy sauce.
Oh, I'm gonna get my yogurt girl. Gonna cool it down. This is so exciting. Will you go on the Eurovision tour to different parties around the continent?
I would love to. I want to live it all. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime thing. So I want to squeeze every bit of juice out of it. That's one of the reasons I'm so grateful to have been the first announced, because I'm like, I get to ride this wave for as long as possible. So yeah, I want to be a part of all of it. I want to be a part of all of it. The only thing is my sister's getting married in June. I was just talking about that with my mum and my manager today. I was like, no matter what's going on, that weekend in June is lock off.
Well, we know what her wedding song should be, whatever your entry
Well,
is.
well, exactly, exactly.
Can you imagine if your sister is able to say, and now performing at my wedding is the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 2026?
God willing, that's what she'll be saying. But that day is going to be all about her. Like I'm maid of honor, and I'm just going to be like my sister is so wonderful. Like she supports me so much. Like she always wants to see me shining. That weekend, that day, like I'm big sis in the shadows, supporting her to shine.
Oh, love that. Love that for her as well. And this question you're going to be asked probably 5 times a day between now and May. What are your favorite Eurovision songs?
You're my lover, undercover. You're my secret passion, and I have no other. Hey! Okay, obviously. Elena Babarizo, I told you I watched it and it was, and then Fuego for me was iconic. I would say those are my top two. Truly, those are my top two. But like throwing it way back, I love ABBA as well. So Waterloo for me is always going to be one that I'm like, that was an iconic performance, and they went on to become the ABBA. So yeah.
And throughout this call, I've just been like, Apple Girl is so positive. She's so affirmative. She's full of joy, full of life. What is your secret or your advice for maintaining this kind of bubbly energy and positivity?
Look, do you know what? Life is short. I think I had this realization a few years ago. I've always wanted to chase my dreams and become a musician. And, in my when I was young, I thought that I was going to be like winning Grammys and on my world tours by the time I was like 22. And, then life happens and that doesn't happen. And I definitely had periods where I really like was struggling and I felt so anxious and stressed and like chasing. And then I had this moment. I actually read something in a book. It's called Creative Visualization. And there's like a chapter in the book that's all about like the idea of just letting go and trusting. So that reading that really gave me that was a turning point for me. But also like my faith, I've got closer to my faith and going to the church and lighting my candles and saying my prayers and setting my intentions. I think, having a relationship with God is unique to everybody. And it's your own personal feeling. And the priest at the church that I go to is like super young and open-minded and has a really, really great way of kind of like connecting with people. So that's been something that has really given me a sense of peace. But also just my family and like I'm blessed to have, known unconditional love from my family. And I don't take that for granted. I know that isn't a given. And so I'm very grateful for that. And I think that all of these things as a combination has given me that. But don't get me wrong. I get down and I have my moments where I'm super, super negative and I can get frustrated and when things don't happen the way you want them to. But I try to find a way to bounce back as quickly as possible because life's happening. It's gonna happen. So you just got to try to enjoy it. Like you got to try and like enjoy the journey. The journey is the thing. It's an ancient Greek quote, and I try to like remember that.
That is just so beautiful. Honestly, I feel the spiritual connection actually. You are centered. Because in a crazy
Yeah.
world where you've got your dreams, you've got all this
Mhm.
going on, you've got the media, you are here. You are
I am,
Antigoni.
yeah, I'm here and present. And like, I think like you heard my latest single, Man Behind the Wall. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but like, I was when I wrote that, I was so sad and I was in such a low place and I, had my heart broken and like and I just think from that, I was at a really low point and I flew to the highest point that I've ever been. And I'm like just trying to sustain that because I realized that like there's a bigger purpose here. I have so much to do. And with my career, with falling in love, with, experiences, and just there's just so much to come. And I'm just really, really grateful for that.
I stood by your side. You cheated and lied. I felt your heart.
Wow.
I held your pain, but you made
Mm.
me feel so small. Our girl has lived. The music is born of something, right? It's not like you're just
No, for
plucking stuff out of the
sure.
air.
No, I mean honestly, it's a therapeutic experience. It's cathartic when I get to take something that happened and put it into my music. And sometimes it manifests itself into a really kind of heartbreaking slow song like that. But sometimes it takes another turn. Like Mine is actually, I have a song that's not out yet, that I've performed a few times called Trojan Horse and it's one of my favorite songs and one day you're going to hear it, but it's quite dark and quite serious about someone that hurt me. But Mine is also about that same person, and actually even though Mine sounds really bright and shiny like Mina with me baby because I'm on my own, it's actually about a guy that was kind of quite manipulative, being like stay with me, like stay with me, stay over, like spend the night with me, da da da. And I was like no, I
Mhm.
shouldn't, I shouldn't. So there's so many different creative ways of like putting stories into songs, but like Taylor Swift is one of my idols, and she is like the at the top of putting very literal experiences. You still have my scarf at your sister's place, like really like descriptive and literal things. And so yeah, like I get this magic out of a little bit of pain and a little bit of heartbreak, and also yeah, I love that. Like it's so satisfying when I get to like make a song out of something.
Oh, that's lovely. I love in one of your songs, and forgive me, I don't remember the name, but you talk
Yeah.
about, if he's with you, if he's cheating on me, well, you can have him. It's like,
Yeah, so that song was called You Can Have Him. Literally, you said the title. And So I wrote that before I went on Love Island, and that was inspired by like the concept of going on Love Island. Somebody said to me, like, what would you, I think it was one of the producers in the interviews leading up to the show. They said to me, what would you do if you were in there and you were coupled up with somebody and someone wanted to like take your man? And I said, if you can take him, you can have him. And that's like my dad has always had this, like my mum and dad are really in love and they're like fiercely loyal and they have this amazing relationship, but they also are super confident within their own selves, and they both have the attitude that it's like, if you want to go and you think something better's out there, then go. Like I won't hold you back. And that's something that like they've taught me with that, like growing up. So
Mm.
that you can have him come from the perspective like I I'm a lover girl. Like I'm a Pisces with Scorpio and Cancer. That is three water signs. Do you know how much emotion there is right there? So I am a lover girl and I'm emotional and I'm in my feelings. And when I'm in love and when I'm with somebody, I will give that person everything and I'll be obsessed with them. So I want that too. I want the person I'm with to not be too cool. I want them to be romantic and in love and, show me that love. But at the same time, like, if you can take him, you can have him. Like if he doesn't
No.
feel that way, if he's not obsessed and he doesn't think that I'm the best thing since sliced bread, then that's fine. Go and I'll find somebody else.
Yes, you know
I'll
how you
cry
deserve
first
to
and
be
write songs
treated.
about it, but
Get some material out of that relationship.
By the way, I'm sorry because I'm such a rambler. Like I can talk for Cyprus and for England. I just
Oh,
don't shut
honey,
up.
keep going. Talk for all the nations. We are loving it. But look, a final question for you. And I gotta get this right. Antigoni. No.
Antigoni. That was
Antigoni.
close. That was great. That was near perfect.
Thank you so much.
Where are you from,
Antigoni.
by the way, William? Where are you from?
So I grew up in Georgia, USA,
Yeah, because I
but
was
my
gonna
mother,
say it's giving American accent, but like sometimes when you're international, you never know.
yes, ma'am. If I talk like I'm supposed to talk, I'll be talking like this. But when you're in
Oh
love,
God, I love that.
get you some sweet tea, honey, sugar.
Oh my God, you feel make me feel like I'm in the Notebook.
Oh, well, let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. But I want to ask you, there's a final question for you.
Mhm.
Do you have a message for all of your new Eurovision fans who are discovering you right now as we head toward Vienna?
My message is yasas, which is hello in Greek. And I just want to say thank you for welcoming me into, let me start that again. Thank you for welcoming me into your family with open arms. I hope that I can do the Eurovision proud because it's an iconic thing and every year there's like so many special moments and I'm excited to be part of that. And I want to do my best to teach you as much as I can about my beautiful little island, Cyprus, and hopefully stay with you and stay with me long past Eurovision.
Oh, we're staying. We're moving in, honey. You got room in North London? We're
Come on
there.
over. Come on over.
She is representing Cyprus. You need to follow her on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. New music in the pipeline and a big song headed out for Cyprus. Antigoni, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you for your support even before you knew I was going for the Eurovision. That really doesn't go unnoticed and I appreciate it.